What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you watched our last video, you already know what happened. We took the left-hander that we had and destroyed it, but we were running third before we got tore up. So today we are going back through this car a little bit, taking some of the stuff off, getting it ready to have a rear clip put on it. I don't even know if we're going to put it on the jig. We might just reclip it right here, sitting where it's at. And then next weekend we're going to the Rattler 250 with the car that we built ourselves. If you're new to the channel, if you just started watching at the Alabama 200, be sure and go back and watch the playlist I have for building that car. That's a car that me and Dad built ourselves in this shop. And like I said, this is a left-hander, just a regular one that we cut the front bars off of and all of the rear clip off of and redid ourselves. So that is what we took to Alabama 200. Obviously it got destroyed. Today we're going to be taking some of the body off of it. All right, we're making some progress on it. Got the nose off, fenders, one of the quarters, bumper cover.
Anything but the roof.
Yeah, I mean everything. Like I said, oh, okay, they got the other quarter off too. So it's how it's gonna be now. We're gonna keep a roof on there. Roof's okay, cow panel's okay. We might try and fix the deck lid. We're gonna keep the nose, I think, just as a spare. The left side fender's okay, and then all of this quarters, one piece of the bumper cover, door, the left side or right side door is already outside. So yeah, we're having to save what we can. We're just gonna try and reskin it because we can't afford to put a whole new body on it, because this body wasn't but a couple laps old or whatever. So yeah, that's where we're at. Fritz showed up too. All right, got this car mostly taken apart and got the fuel cell out so we can get ready to cut the rear clip off. We got to figure out, that rear end is leaking. I don't know if it's an O-ring or what, but like it's been blowing oil out when it gets ran. Doesn't leak just sitting here, but when we run it, it does. So we got to figure that out at some point. We got to see if that rear end is bent, because I got hit in the left rear. Yeah, in the left rear in the 200. So we got to figure out if it's bent as well. But tomorrow we are going to go to Full Throttle, pick up some stuff for this car, pick up the reskin kit and a few other things. So for now, we're going to go watch the Super Race at Pensacola. So we will catch y'all tomorrow. All right, it is Sunday morning. Just got back from the parts house. Got us a reskin kit for that car over there. And then we also got a bumper, because that bumper got caved in a little bit. And then got us another valance and a couple other little small things for that car. All right, we're getting ready to pull this rear end out to check and see if it was bent, because I took a pretty substantial hit to the left rear last weekend. So we got all the trailing arms off of it, third length drive shaft, all of that. We're gonna get it out and make sure it's straight. And then it's also leaking just a little bit. It's not leaking a ton, but we're trying to figure out where it's coming from, so we're gonna look at that while we have it out. Okay, I didn't get a chance to record it. I forgot all about it when we pulled the rear end out, but it's now out. Fixing to check and see if it's straight. All right, the rear end was tweaked very slightly. It was less than a 30-second. So, you know, it ran the rest of the race. That happened probably 40 laps into the race, if I had to guess the hit that did it. So we ran the rest of the race fine. we're just gonna leave it for now. Hopefully it does right. All right, as far as the leak goes, we believe those right there to be our issue, and there's another one right there, and another one right there. There's just a bunch of little nicks on the inside and outside of this right here, and so that O-ring where there's holes, especially that one because it's massive, and you can't really see it, but there's a line where the O-ring has been sitting, and it runs all the way around this thing. You can tell where the O-ring sits, and that hole is right in the center of where that O-ring, yeah, you can see it right there. That line is where the O-ring sits, and that hole is on both sides of the O-ring, so it's leaking through right there. I don't exactly know what we're gonna do about that right now. Damn sure ain't gonna weld on this thing, but I mean, that's how it came from Winters. Not really much we can do about that. We're gonna figure something out. All right, I'm sure all right, here's the bulk of the clip. We got a few more little things we got to cut off of it. There is where it was bent. The whole reason we're having to cut it off, where I backed it into the fence. Really wasn't that bad. Just if it hadn't have bent that bar right there, I think we'd have been okay with it. But it held up okay. It tore right there, but all that was a plate anyways that was capping this right here. So like I said, our first wreck with something that we fabricated, I'd say it held up well, considering it took quite a beating. Cut the rest of it off and get ready to rebuild throughout this week. All right, that's about all we got done for today. We're not gonna replace the entire clip. We're gonna try and save some of them bars, because some of the thicknesses you just can't get around here at like KGS or anything. And we can't really afford to take a trip back to North Carolina right now, so everything that's on there is gonna stay now, and we're gonna save it and just remake that left side rail and the piece that goes across the back and a few other pieces that we have material to make with. So it's about all we're gonna get done for this weekend. Next weekend is the Rattler, so we'll be racing that car next weekend over there. We just ran it and checked the timing, so this entire side of the shop will burn your eyes out. So if you're in the op area, you're gonna be down for the Rattler, be sure to come by and say hi. We'll be out in the field somewhere with all the other late models. Hopefully this car has a good show, and it'll be its first time racing, second time ever going to the racetrack. I'm excited for it. Hopefully y'all are excited for it. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video when it drops. Hopefully it'll be a really good one. Hopefully we'll be celebrating a win when we make it. So thank you guys for watching as always, and we will catch you next weekend at the Rattler.